Continue, sir.
We are with you, sir.
Yeah,
Continue.
are you hearing me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, I said, first of all, the important thing about projects is what is the topic you want to work on? And then say that, which is what, if you read through this, that's what to say now. If you want to choose a topic, you first of all have a flair or area of interest, and then you read through materials in that area. And I advise that the most important material to read is a survey work in that area. Take, for instance, I want to work on maybe maternal mortality in southeastern Nigeria, okay? Or I want to digitalize or provide a predictive analysis that will show the rate of child mortality or what child mortality in Southeast means. If this is your interest, then what you should do is you go over to
Who is talking to who?
go ahead,
We can't hear you, sir.
Go ahead, please.
Go ahead, because
So
let us not interrupt you, so we can move.
are you hearing me now?
Yes, please.
So when you have that kind of a topic, you go to Google Scholar and type a survey on digital child mortality, okay? Because that's the area you want to work in. Then when you look at those survey reports, you see what people have done. And then I said also, when you go to the area called future works, you will see what they have done, what they could not do, or what they expect people to do. Then that area tells you what are yet to be done, because every research has a problem in mind to solve or something to validate. That's what I mean by future
Hello,
works.
sir. I did not hear.
Hello?
Hello, doctor.
Who is disturbing
Please go.
again?
You want him to repeat what he said?
Yes, so when you say you have the topic, we should go to Google.
Go to Google Scholar, and search that area you have interest in. Let's say digital forensic or whatever. Just type survey work in social media. That you type that in digital scholar in Google Scholar, and it will bring up journals that have been written in that area. So, and each journal you open, that's what he said. Each journal you open, you search for the future work of that particular journal. So from there, you can pick up a topic that you want to work on. So go on,
Is that clear now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Another thing I wrote here is that sometimes when you're looking for works, there's something that helps you to know literature you're going to use. Look for literature written about at least 5 years back, or legacy literature, which means works that establish that area or domain. You need to look for those works. And then I said, now, when you must have done that, now you want to write your abstract. What does abstract contain? I said, first of all, the abstract is usually 250 to 300 words. I don't know what IMSU has, but it's within that area. If you know that is the abstract, the first point you need to write in your abstract is, what is the reason for writing? What is the importance of the research? Why would somebody be interested in it? You try to justify this type of work. Look at that place. That, if, for example, what this guy Clement presented, you see what the first line wrote. I was talking about that area of work, trying to appetize, trying to make a case for what you're working on. And then, what is the problem there? You know, what's the problem there? What is it that is the problem you find out from there? You tell us the problem. If possible, provide statistics to quantify that this is a problem. There's a problem. People have done this, but this one still exists. Which method did you use in your work? Because naturally, abstract is written at the end of projects. So you now write the method you use, what was the result you got, and what is the implication of your work. So If result means an abstract of scientific work, then the implication is, how does this work add to the body of knowledge? Who will use it? Who will be of interest? Who of which interest will it be? Which problem will it be solving for those people? Okay, that's the abstract. And then in your introduction, which is a chapter 1 introduction, I said here that I expect you to write 1 introduction, what I call the background of the work. The background is like a historical narrative of the concept. That is to say, if I'm talking about digital forensics now, how did digital forensics come about? You know, in science, in cybersecurity, we say digital forensics is what takes place when cybersecurity fails. Okay, so you know, I said, because of the proliferation of the internet, there's cyber attacks not coming up. And then to mitigate against cyber attack, cybersecurity measures were put in place. But because the attackers have started bypassing cyber security measures, now digital forensics is now introduced to help understand what happens when cybersecurity measures fail. So I'm just giving you, for instance, what it simply means, you just try to provide a historical perspective of what you are doing. How did that work start? Where is it going? Where it is now? Does that make sense? And then the other one is, that's what I talk about, the prior research. What has been done there before, you know? And then a rationale for the project. You also need to describe the method you use in your introduction. Also provide the aim, objective, research question or hypothesis. A research question is, which question, what is it that is a problem you want to solve? What's the question there? You know, like the Clement wrote on issue of consent-based, how do you get a consent for working on digital footprint of students? You know, you have to be a question, sort of. Otherwise, use hypothesis. Hypothesis is maybe this method will give you this result. No, the other method will not give you this. Let's not go into that because it's a little bit complicated for. The best is to do is use a search question by asking a question. Then the issue of M is, what do you want to achieve with your projects? They now talk about objectives. Objectives are, which ways am I going to go to be able to achieve my objectives? If I give an example of that Clement again, you can see the first objective he has is trying to look at existing literature in that area to see what has been done. Secondly, he will now bring out those good works that method that we use and then choose from it. Thirdly, he will now provide his result and compare it with the existing work and see what he has done and what advantage does he have over others. Let me leave here and then ask questions. If you have questions, you ask. Otherwise, I will go into more details about how to write objectives. Any question?
Doc, let's see what you are presenting for us from the beginning. This thing you are sharing with us.
It's already.
Well, okay.
You already written something in this direction. What are you looking for again?
No, go for an introduction.
So he's picking it 1-1 now.
Just go up, even at that. I wanted to screenshot it.
Clement is asking your HOD about this document. Don't show anything.
Have the copy.
You have a copy there with you, so ask the HOD for it. Any further question?
Yes, sir. I want to ask, in the introduction, will it capture the statement problem too?
Yes, that's it's all there. This is there. Statement of the problem. I just showed you. You need to talk about the statement of the problem. Okay. If you also want to talk about the rationale of the problem, some of these are here. If you want to write them, but like the reason why I'm a little bit hesitant is that I don't know the project structure you have. The project structure will tell you what you should be writing on them. But introduction contains all this. This is a mix of classes, PGD, MSc, and PhD. But these are the basic things introduction will contain. So in your own project structure, project, what do you call it? Project work, there needs to be some maybe differences in the work. So you follow what you are given, but this one is just a generic one of what introduction should contain. Like I believe what Clement presented today, he presented based on the project structure of the department, which is good. All of them are here. So I'm not telling you to follow the way I've written it down here. What this one is providing you is all that you need to talk about in introduction. But the project structure will determine how you present it in the hierarchy you presented it. Then also here, you also need to talk about the project structure, which I corrected for him. You need to talk about the summary of all that you've done at the end of chapter 1. Any further question on this? That's why I have here an outline before you go to the literature review. So that's an outline, which either you call it an outline or project structure, whatever you like to call it. Does that make sense to you?
Okay, sir.
Okay. If there's no other question, I would say an objective has to be SMART. It has to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. What does that mean? It means your objective has to be specific, like what Clement wrote. Specifically, and the first objective is to read through existing literature in that area to see works that have been done in that area and then extract knowledge gaps that existed or the method they used. It is specific, it's achievable because you can always get them in literature. Second one is to, from the existing work, he will now use one of them to develop his own system because each work has an area of future work. So he will now use that future work to implement, to improve on that existing system. And then the third objective, to compare what he has done with the existing system to see if there's an addition to knowledge or if there's an improvement in the existing system. Because science tends to improve on the existing system. So that's what I mean by SMART objective. I don't know whether I've made sense for you.
Yes.
In this area from abstract to introduction. That's where I want us to stop. If you have questions on this, you ask. Otherwise, madam, I think I've done justice to the summary of what I've done for these other people, because we've now, I don't know whether if they were not here when we did literature review using automated referencing, I'll advise them to look for the video to go through it, because what we will be doing will not include, in literature review, will not include auto-referencing. It will only talk about how to go about reading a paper, extracting information about it, and then writing it. It doesn't talk about how to reference, because I've discussed how to auto-reference before. I don't think I have a slide. I don't know when I use slide. If anybody remembered for me, I use slide. I know how to look for it. I don't know whether I use to talk about it or use this. I don't know. I think we just went straight to Zotero and then typed into Zotero and they start working on it. Any question? Any confusion?
My prof, sir, I want to ask about this aspect of is it measurable? I don't understand that part, sir. Like establishing a clear benchmark, if for measurable, yes.
Yes. Measurable means if I said that my objective is measurable, every research has what we call metrics for measuring it. Okay. Take, for instance, if you better now said, one of my objectives is to repair this person's computer. Okay. How do you measure that you succeeded in doing that? It is when the computer comes on and functions properly well. It's now measurable. It means your objective is measurable because we know when you achieve it. Does that make sense to you now? Eh?
Yes, prof. Yes, prof. I'm clear now.
Okay. So that's what makes it measurable. Something that makes you to establish a benchmark to know that, yes, you have achieved it. That's why reaching establish a benchmark for success. That you said, yes, this is what I want to do. And I can say, yes, it is working because I have achieved it. So your objective must be something that you will to achieve, not something that you leave vague without having an end to it. Any other question?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Prof, I don't know whether is there any site or anywhere we can get all our topic, like some sites or some maybe
Yes, we said it before
old
that
works
if you want
that
to
we
set,
can
yes, that's why I
we
said
can get a project topic, or should we form it by ourselves? Because sometimes if you bring project, they will tell you that this project is old, it's not a present one. So I want to know, how do we get a
yeah,
project
sister.
topic that will solve a present problem? Is there any site
Okay.
or any magazine or any work at all that will direct us, so that you, when choosing topic, you will choose the one that will solve a present topic, a
Yeah, sister.
present problem, I mean.
Yeah, I think maybe all this is said. I will repeat it again. I said before, are you hearing me now? Okay.
Yes, sir.
I said, when you want to search for a topic, okay, if you know the area you want to work on, type it on Google Scholar. Madam, can you help them? Just type Google Scholar there. Okay, let me give you example. Let me give you example now. Let's use example. Maybe he doesn't understand what I'm saying. We have 8 minutes. I will try to stop sharing screen and then we'll go back to it because we've done this before now, but maybe because you're not there. Just a minute. Just a minute. Let me check if I can see any of my web pages. Okay. I see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What I see now?
Scholar Google.
Which area do you want to work now? Which topic? Which area do you want to work?
I'm into software engineering, so I want to write in such a way that after I will use a programming language to solve a problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Which area of problem are you looking forward to? Just tell us something you have interest in.
Maybe I will choose maybe in form of, maybe we are in hotel. People can request what they need. A program that people can request what they need.
Who is disturbing us now?
Direct it to the
Who is
people
disturbing
who
us?
are in charge to provide it for them. Assume that you want to book for hotel where you will stay. That hotel, you have to do it online. Instead of coming there, you book it online.
You see what I wrote there?
Yes, sir. Automated hospitality management system.
Somebody is disturbing us. Somebody is disturbing us. Okay, like now, have you seen what I wrote here now? Eh?
Yes,
Please.
I've seen it.
What did I write? Survey.
Automated hospitality.
Good. Listen, I said before that if you want to look for a work, look for the one that is within the next 5 years or thereabout. So you can see this person talked about service system design and automation in the hospital sector, hospitality sector. This is automation and artificial intelligence in hospital management system. So you can talk about this. So these are the recent works in those areas. Each of them, even this case, this person talked about the future of hospitality, risk and challenges of implementing automated services. This is about robotics in hospitality. So each of this work you open, there's an area they call future works.
Yes, that's it. Future work of hospitality, risk and challenges of implementing automated services.
Yeah, so you can just pick, when you pick up each of this work now, you now go there, say, maybe if it's this feedback system now, I don't know what I do. Are you seeing the screen?
Yes, sir. Future austerity, I'm seeing it.
Okay, now, if you go to this paper now, if you read through everything this person has done, some of them have what they call future works. At the end, when you finish reading what the person has done, it will tell you this is a very important area. You see what they have? Discussion and recommendations. It will tell you what the person achieved and what the person is recommending. Sometimes you see what they have conclusion of future work. Have you seen this place?
Yes.
Then it says the study concludes with the following recommendation: design and development of dedicated hardware to gather genuine input from customers on a big scale, along with this blockchain. Additionally, infrastructure. If you read through closely, it will, some of them will tell you where they need you to work on in context of industry. It talks about this recommendation, design and development of dedicated. So if you look at some of these things, it will tell you some of what the person has recommended. But if this is not in the area you think you can work, you go back again and look for other works.
Yeah.
So by the time you finish going through, you will see the one that meets your test or what you can do. And then from that future work, you've already seen what they have done. And then what you simply be doing, you will now be using that area they said they couldn't do to augment their work. Does that make sense to you now?
Yes, sir.
So that's where you look for that. And then to make it recent, look for something that is not more than 5 years. That's where you find recent works.
Okay, sir. I'm very grateful, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.
Any other question? This thing will soon go out now, so I don't think we can just have 3 minutes, 25 seconds.
Good afternoon, Prof. Good afternoon, Prof.
Please just ask a
Hello,
question.
good afternoon, Prof.
We don't have time. Ask the question.
Ask the question. Ask the question.
Very simple, I want to know under the objective of the study. My name is Fidelis. Under the objective of the study, can we have multitude number of objectives? I believe, I don't know if, do we have a simple one objective, like this is what I really want to achieve? Or at the long run, if you list
listen, we don't have time. If you pick up that document I shared there, I said for MSc, I would advise you to have 1 research question and 3 research objectives. And then focus your objectives on these 3 areas. 1, looking at existing works in the area you have done to provide what has been done. Number 2, from any of them, you look at from those works that have been done, you choose one of them to improve on what they have achieved. That becomes your second objective. The third objective is now to compare what you have done with the existing work to see what you have done has improved on the knowledge. Does that make sense to you?
Okay, sir.
Did you get what I said now?
Thank you.
For PhD, is it the same thing?
No, like as I'm saying, that depends on the PhD is a longer work. Sometimes you might have up to 2 or 3 research questions and 5 or 6 research objectives, because PhD is more of research. Masters has very short time frame.
Ours is my is PhD, Prof.
So that means you should have more research questions.
Yeah, you should have more research questions because it is between you. Are you listening? It is between this objective is between you and your supervisor. That's the person that tells you, no, your objectives are not enough. You have to improve it. What I'm doing here is to tell you how to set an objective. I'm not doing a supervision work for you. Everything you need to do, whether master's or PhD, has to be between you and your supervisor. But what I'm telling you is how to make it easier for you to understand what objective means and how to go about setting objectives. And for MSCs, it's only advisable to use only 3 objectives and 1 research question. For PhD, it depends on you and your supervisor.
So meaning that in PhD, there is no benchmark for the objectives. It's all about your supervisor.
It's all about your topic and your agreement with your supervisor.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, because if you're doing PhD and you're supposed to say 3 objectives is enough because you don't have enough money to implement it, you go for 3 objectives. The most important thing is that you answered your question and you achieved the
And
overall aim of
you
your
achieve.
project.
Doc, please, there's something I wanted you to show them again from that your the material. There's a way you ask them to that for somebody who is still learning, can just each subject